I got the scoop on the ground from Bessemer Mayor Kenneth Gulley on a drive from City Hall to the city's new economic marvel.
We're getting a lot of businesses that's coming to the city of Bessemer. We're also getting a lot of development and stuff when it comes to residential housing. So, it's just an exciting time for the city of Bessemer.
For us, I've read somewhere that this is the biggest investment, biggest company coming to Bessemer in like 121 years. Is that right?
Well, in the 138-year history of the city of Bessemer, it is the largest single investment in the city of Bessemer at $360 million. That is the largest single investment in the city of Bessemer's history.
Do you think it will overnight change the character of the community or just enhance the character of this community?
Well, I'd like to think that it will enhance the character of the city. The city of Bessemer is a good city, and it has a lot of good people and stuff already. So, I look at it as more of an enhancement, and individuals deciding and stuff to see what we've always known, that Bessemer is just a great place to live, it's a great place to work, it's a great place to call home.
When it comes to this particular investment in the city, this was sort of like Bessemer came in as the dark horse. There was all the talk about bring A to B, and all of a sudden the Amazon Fulfillment Center is announced. Now we know the attention came because of that, but the fact that Bessemer was able to nab this says a lot about your leadership. What does it say about your leadership?
Well, we know a lot of discussion was going on concerning a second headquarters or something for Amazon, but I do credit a lot of that with Amazon taking a look at the area. And when Amazon takes a look at the area, we recognize that Bessemer has a lot of great amenities here. When it comes to land availability, when it comes to accessibility to interstate and travel, Amazon, when they chose to bring a fulfillment center here, they were trying to service a market that they can access within a 4-hour period of time. So if you think about parts of Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee can all be accessed from right here in Bessemer in a 4-hour period of time.
Were those the selling points then for you? Like what are the specific areas? There's that rail in that area near McCullough. What is that called?
It's called a rail hub.
Okay.
Well, since a lot of the transport and stuff is trucking and stuff as well, I'm sure that the hub played an important part, but I just think that the proximity to all of those places, period, was one of the contributing factors to being able to recruit Amazon to the area.
They had to see something also, though, in the workforce and the potential. What were those things?
Well, Bessemer has always been a very strong blue-collar city, and we don't try and stuff to be anything else other than what we are. Bessemer has good, hard-working people, and I think a lot of companies recognize that when it comes to the workforce. We have good, hard-working people here that's just trying to make a good living for themselves and their families, and that's a good pool to pull from. Good, hard-working, blue-collar and so type citizens and stuff that just want and stuff a good job and a good means of providing for their family.
This is being compared to Mercedes going into Northport. This particular venture into Bessemer, is it comparable?
Well, obviously to us it is. If you look at, in order to truly appreciate where we are, you have to know where we have come from. less than 10 years ago, Bessemer was truly at the brink of bankruptcy. We really couldn't make payroll, or making difficulty making payroll, and to see and be able and stuff to usher in and recruit some of the companies that we've been able to get here in the city of Bessemer, and look at the strong finances that we have just 10 years later. It's just a blessing. It's a blessing and stuff from God, and and it took a collaborative effort of a lot of us working together, and He's just has truly blessed our leadership here in the city of Bessemer.
When in this day and age, people seem to be a little divided. How much of a cooperative effort was it for you and partners outside of Bessemer to do this?
Well, I've often bragged about the fact that if I can get the major players around the table, then we can make it happen. And to that end, the state of Alabama obviously played a major part. Jefferson County, Bessemer, obviously. But when we start talking about other entities such as Alabama Power and U.S. Steel, all of us had to come together to make something of this nature and stuff work. And unfortunately, in the state of Alabama, we've not always been able and stuff to pull that many entities together to make positive things and stuff happen. And we were real thankful that we were able to do that and had everybody and stuff working together, pulling in the same direction and stuff to make Amazon a reality.
To be clear, what was the first notification you got about this project even being thought about?
Well, in all honesty, when I did get the first notification of it, I thought someone was playing a joke on me. I know that we had a lot of discussion and heard a lot about, as I said earlier, Amazon looking for a second headquarters. But when we were initially approached, we kind of talked about, is this for real? Can this really and stuff happen here in the city of Bessemer? Of all places, first fulfillment center in the state of Alabama and stuff. So, when we found out that it was not a joke, it's something that could possibly happen. That at that time and stuff, when we started pulling together the leaders and stuff in the area and saying that if we got a shot at this, we were competing with 3 to 4 other cities, but if we got a shot at this, let's make this happen. Let's go down. If we're not chosen, we're gonna go down with the fight here and stuff. So thanks to God, we were able to make it happen, and it did take all those entities working together. Pulling those entities together. So what can you do? I need this call back. I need to know and stuff. Can I count on you and stuff to incentivize and stuff a company like this to the nature of making a package compatible enough to compete and stuff with other companies and stuff here in the Southeast.
So we know in Birmingham at one point we had some leadership there was a city councilor who said this is a pipe dream. Did you have all hands on deck from the moment you knew this was a real opportunity for Bessemer?
Well, we don't look at any company that says and stuff that they may be interested in Bessemer as a pipe dream. We kind of look at it at, let's do our due diligence and our research and stuff to see if this is real. And then if this is real, then I've done this several times and stuff now when it comes to reaching out to the CEOs or their representatives, and saying, what can we do from Bessemer perspective to make this a reality? So tell me, so I can start the wheels to moving here and start talking to the powers that are in charge, be it the county or be it the state of Alabama, and see what we can do to make this and stuff a reality. So I never look at any major company coming to the city of Bessemer or the area as a pipe dream. I look at it and stuff as an opportunity to make this city and this county better.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
How easy was it then to recruit Carvana?
Well, we know that Alabama is an incentivized state, and I tell people this all of the time, that if you want to compete, you're going to have to give incentives. That's just the way you have to handle these scenarios now. And if you don't end up give incentives, then companies are going to go elsewhere. The major objective is not to give away more than you have to or more than you want to. But when it comes and stuff to companies such as Carvana, once Carvana reaches out, we do the same thing that we just saying. You get all of the players around the table. We look at what we can do. We look at what we cannot do. A city the size of Bessemer, obviously, we've been approached when it comes to cash injections. Well, we're never able to do cash injections because we're not large enough. Our budget and so can't withstand cash injections. But so our only tool that we have to work with, obviously, is to try and put together an incentive package that's practical enough to take a look and stuff at and look at all and stuff of the amenities, look at the proximity and stuff to rail and trail and interstates and stuff, and let's take a look at this and see all the advantages that Bessemer have to offer.
And so it's not just what is it these companies can get from Bessemer, but it's also what Bessemer can get from these companies.
Like that, that is correct. When you look at the first company that we were able to land back in 2011 was Dollar General. Dollar General distribution center with 700 employees. It's a godsend because obviously when you look at the socioeconomics of our city and you look at a city with less than 28,000 people, then more and more of these type jobs that you're able to get into the city of Bessemer, that means that everybody that wants to be gainfully employed can be gainfully employed. And and they're better